to decide what I want to do with items now. I guess we go with that mace, eh? Clay's hatchet and a mace. Let's upgrade that. Can only pick one out of those two. Absorbs blood points when the weapon hits. We do like this. 2.5 blood points when the weapon hits. Got everything I wanted. I know about revolver. Gonna be this too. I like this. Yeah. Meet Edgar Swansea at the hospital. Find someone who can read Braille alphabet. I'll do both. But first the main quest.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
The fuck is
You've
this?
set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What was this? Vampire Hunter?
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Put an end to Sean Hampton's savagery. In these 10 ducks.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Okay. Now what about here? All done. Headache, headache, headache. I'll solve this shit. Let's go there and solve this. I hope I can do it now. I'm gonna do that. The fastest way is from the Whitechapel. Although it looks further. Less encounters.
Over there!
Fuck off.
There's one of them vermin! Mine! I'll take it.
Fuck off, I said.
Stop! Vampire! Easy does it, boys!
Where are we? Fuck it. There's a lot of them.
God walks with me!
Oh shit, I need to kill them. Ooh, look at the new weapons, god damn it. I hurt. They hurt too. Holy shit, I hurt. What about with this? This is insane. Holy shit, I hurt. They're all raised in level now. But to be honest, it doesn't matter. I need this fucker.
Hail, my lord. Would you like me to revive you?
There's one of them!
Fuck
Watch
off.
yourselves!
Just fuck off. From there, it's from here. Holy shit. Was it from here? No. Ah, it's this. No, I got spotted. How many of you are here? upgraded that thing too. I got no more problems in fight. You, come on, let me in.
Good evening, sir. It's me again. Leave me alone.
Jesus.
All right.
Jesus Christ. There's nothing I can do about this. Is there any way to enter? It's impossible, that's the only entrance. Bloody hell, what I do?
Not a good place for a stroll.
Good evening. And good evening. I'll leave you. Hello. Very well.
I mean, I could go for the XP, kill someone here.
Good evening. Have you any news? It's a pit.
So
Goodbye.
many quests open.
Pay me
Good evening.
change.
Goodbye. Good evening.
It's fun.
I have had.
Fancy
You never. Goodbye.
It's the one that I saved. Her. Xiao Xun. Where is she? She should be here. In town. She's gotta be somewhere around. That's one, bro.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith.
Goody.
Good. Good evening.
on the front.
A gun.
Where is she? She can't be at a cemetery, come on. She said she'll be in town. Shit is locked. That's where Dorothy was. Skulls inside only.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Maybe it's time to see if this Christina...
Mr.
Evening.
Good.
Been bloody everywhere.
The safer place.
Holy shit, a one shot. Although their level is low, but I still one shot. Quarantine here. Why? Not even fair now. I was there, I did that. Use the hatchet. I got mine. Let's upgrade it. Nah, I can't find her. I just can't find her. We go for the ducks then. Nothing else I can do here. Ah, that's Dorothy's crane house. Okay.
When science failed you, this elixir... As long as you have the money.
Who distribute flowers at this one? Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
There's only one area left to visit. Maybe she's here. I'll circle around quickly. Maybe, just maybe she's here, but I doubt. I really doubt. Squish. What's this for? Quarantine. No, that's it. I don't know where she is. I've been everywhere. I just don't know where she is. That's the way out.
I cannot enter.
This is not clear to me at all. Why is this here then? What's the point of this? Strange. And this leads to where? It's a dead end. On that side. It's this. You can't go there. This is for exit. Okay, to the docks. We go for the main quest. Nothing else I can do about this shit. It's just stupid. I need to fight. Fuck off. Let me check this list. Strickland tippets with a headache. They should be here. Huh.
Good evening.
And good evening.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reid.
My fault? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls. But you couldn't know, could you?
Do you need my...
I would have...
There is no shame in helping.
Many doctors I have known are too...
Goodbye.
It's not Reid. Thelma Tippets.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
I need blood.
Is there anything you can tell me?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reid. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
Do you require...
My condition cannot be understood.
Well, until the day science finally admits failure, please accept this little contribution.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'll leave. Good evening.
Tippets should be next.
Can you tell me anything about recent events?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices.
Did you recognize the voices?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing.
Goodbye.
Does she know?
What on earth happened here?
What the fuck, for real? For fucking real? Who killed this grandma here?
Good evening.
Good evening,
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No, I was working by the
Where is Miss Jones?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared.
Goodbye.
Bloody earth.
Good evening.
Good evening,
What can you tell me?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we...
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these things as best you can.
Yeah. Until it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls.
Good.
What on bloody earth happened here?
Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage skal.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the skal, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
Have you embraced this woman? Like the other patient,
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life. Unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols, or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Thank you, my lady.
Cure him.
Good evening.
Doctor...
Can you tell me anything about the...
It's a tragedy, pure and simple. The hospital is meant to be a safe haven to all. We failed the people who trust...
Do you think I should not have brought Mr. Hampton?
It's not your fault. You rescued that poor soul. It was the
Do you need any...
Yes, indeed.
I have no doubt about it, but you are still ill all the same.
I appreciate your concern, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye.
Alright, that's solved. They're all recovering. Pension help to the east and ducks. To the ducks. Let's see if anything changed now.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
That's what changed.
Run along home, sir.
Die, vermin!
Stay there!
Stay there!
It's one of them vermin! Be strong, brother! Back, demon! Back!
more enemies now.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
That's a hideout.
It's an inch! Steady, boys! You've got one of them!
Fucking stamina. Ducks. Get through here. I'm house duck. More duck. Oh, level 22 now. Well, of course, that's where I'm supposed to be. Here. What's inside here? Stuff from him.
You again. What do you want?
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cat. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby. Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Doc.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless.
Goodbye.
Here too.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's
We got everything about him. But I can't mesmerize.
Do you require...
That's something I didn't expect to hear again.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reid? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people.
Goodbye.
What about you? You're unknown. Who are you?
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for him.
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here. Most prefer to avoid me.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows every...
Yeah. You okay? Anemia.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me.
A real doctor treats everyone the same.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
This city has abandoned so many of its children. It's tragic.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Stella Fishburne. Oh, that's the serial killer's mother. That's why. Yeah, that's a serial killer mother. Okay. Comma with the grave diggers. Retrieve some gin bottles from Tom Watt's stash. Okay, the site where the bombing took place.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most...
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the...
So long, Rufus.
Stella Fishburne. We need her.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reid. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
Okay, let me in.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Please don't stay too long, sir.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, I gotta kill to unlock.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've got nothing but worry.
Kill the grandma. Just speak with her for the start.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless?
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
The situation will only get worse. Someone has to stop Seymour.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
There is no cure for murder, Mrs. Fishburne. Only justice.
There ain't no hope, then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
How is life around?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
One more hint. I ain't gonna get it from her. Oh shit. What do we do then?
Evening, Rufus.
Hey,
Thank you,
hello.
Mr. Reid.
I just started.
Do you know?
Well, thanks for the.
You enter the house, Seymour. You don't.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Alright, the next area. His old house by the docks. That's what I heard. That would be this. Fuck there.
It's locked.
The key's on him, but I need 3 mesmerized to do it. Here.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
New hint available about Sean Hampton. Sean got molested by a priest when he was a child. 6. Fucking 6. Mesmerize.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bard.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Guard of Prewan?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Have you heard of...
Of course.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Investigation.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Goodbye.
Let's check the corpse. What do we got here?
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Gather information about Sean Hampton's location. Start from him.
Good evening.
What? I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's...
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint.
Is there anything in particular that you...
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
Goodbye.
Waitress first.
You still work?
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye.
God damn it.
Welcome back, Doctor.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
He doesn't know what.
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
We got all about him, but his bride is sick, someone too.
The important thing is I find him.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye.
So many hints, and I can't do shit about it. Oh, there's nothing here. Is anyone else left? Not there. That's all of them. Look how many I need to discover. What on earth is this shit? They could be here. I doubt they're behind me. Huh. How about we do the side quests first? Hey. Come up with the grave diggers. Gold diggers. Where is that? $216 meters away. $172.
Every night. Darkness and every dawn.
100. We're gonna do this. See where this leads us. Across. Can we go from here? Level 22. Fuck, they scale now. But even Gunner is looking at a fucking large beast and doesn't react. Oh shit. What the fucking thing? Gotta be kidding me. Gonna allow to get hit by this. What? Jesus Christ. He's been in jail for attempted murder.
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
Choose what to tell Tom Watts. Bring back the gin bottles to Tom, light Tom, and keep the gin bottles. But fuck the gin bottles. Why would I lie about the gin bottles?
Welcome back.
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse wasn't empty. It was inhabited with armed vigilantes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reid, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologize, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Prefers to avoid the law.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable.
50 shillings.
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have nothing to hide.
So you mean your customers know about your sordid past?
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide and I don't judge. That's a relief for many round here.
Do you think prison changed you? Made you a better man?
Oh, I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly tattoo of a blue turtle.
But do you feel cleansed of your sins?
All I know is that I'm at peace. I did what I did, but I wouldn't do it again. Does that make me a better man? I don't know.
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die, eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a hive of scum and villainy?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened? Staying in such a violent and criminal neighborhood?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reid. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
A bit more.
You attempted murder. Give me some details.
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time, a proud wet boot boy.
Why did you join the gang?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered to kill someone. What happened then?
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
You refused to kill him because you wanted to feel some of that happiness yourself. You empathized with him.
Exactly. The man was a bloody landlord who rented overpriced flats. A selfish bastard. But he made me smile. And I was no different from him.
Goodbye, Mr.
That's all about him.
You still work?
Tell me, Sabrina, do you really believe Tom has renounced his life of crime?
He proves it to me every day he tells the truth. Tom Watts is a good man. One of the best.
And you don't think he might fall back into his sordid ways?
We can all do terrible things, Dr. Reid. And we never know what we're really capable of until it's too late.
Were you aware of Tom's past incarceration?
That's the first thing he told me when he offered me the job. He didn't want me hearing about his past from anyone else.
Did it surprise you to find out about it?
Not really. I was already aware of his reputation before I met him. That's why I came to the Turtle in the first place.
Most people would have run away because of that.
Not me. I thought a man like him could give me stability, you know? At least to some degree. And I wasn't mistaken.
Goodbye. Good evening.
What?
Goodbye.
Okay, the site where the bombing took place.
Shut the turquoise for a time.
I hope I live long enough to see them.
220 meters away. Okay, we go there. I need to go somewhere. Shit, I can't cross from here. Where is it? Southward. Shit. How about take some posters from the pile? Western Docks. North Docks. The Docks. We go to Western Docks then. Western Docks. Alright.
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think? Ruins the clean. A freaking vampire did.
I can't say, but whatever did this carefully avoided the archers. We'd found ourselves a bloody arse.
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on shore.
Jimmy the Spark Barlow.
All of you
I don't have blood to heal. Can easily die.
I'll send you there. Burn it, boys! I hear leeches. Die,
Jesus Christ. Get blood. Fuckers keep coming. Shit. I hit him dead. Come on, pistol. Parabellum.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
What's the pistol we got? Only 40 damage. Able to fire 3 rounds in quick succession. Can't get up. Where are we? Was tempting. Shit.
Don't like that, do ya?
Shut up. Let's see what we got here. Let's start from here. For you.
This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm.
Main quest is also here. I'll do all the side quests first, then the main quest.
It's locked, all right.
There's sewers too. Clear this part first. That's it here.
I'll kill you! Please, sir. Can't let you through. Get them weapons ready! We found one!
No, don't drop down. Come on. Where are you, idiot? You'll come here eventually. Will you? You kidding me? Was there? There is like a mini passage. Let's check it out. That was easy. Where are we now? Docks. Unknown. What do you mean unknown? Night shelter vicinity. What? Ah, there are another village. I'll go there eventually. There's more of them here. We get this anti-vampire poster. Danger is closer than you think. Stick 5 posters in the streets of the East End Docks, or burn all the posters. How on earth do we burn them? Here. I don't know what to do with this. Burn them. Place them. What would it make me then if I agreed to help a vampire hunter, a double or a triple agent? We burn the posters. Report you what? Okay. Okay, the site where the bombing took place. Come up with the gravediggers. That's fucking far away now. It's a Southwark. Oof. Ducks are huge. plus the main quest too.
It's locked, all right.
Shit. Who are you?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton.
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
She's healthy, can be mesmerized.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
May I ask what you do?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
What can you tell me?
Tell you what.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh. You want information instead?
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you...
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right. Okay. No need to get all worked up.
Well...
Sean Hampton's night shelter. Find Sean in the area.
It's not been that simple.
That's the main quest. There's Sean Hampton. I found them. Alright, let's see if there's anything to loot. At all. Alright, we'll get there eventually. I know where it leads to. This was all locked at the beginning of the game. I'll get there in time, come on. I'll rock more. Where the boss fight was. Okay. I missed that. And if I get across, it's the ducks. No. Not yet. Is that a hideout? It could be. Nice shelters vicinity. Unknown. What is this?
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Is there anyone here?
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not,
There is no way I can get down there. Not from here at least. Okay.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Trader.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
And is sometimes confused her son Jack and Martin Nightingale. Okay.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack! Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the Wet Boot Boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he not?
Something like that, yes.
Sorry, I don't know where he is.
What you got?
Show me what you have.
Vampire factions and skulls. Music box. Containing a folded letter. Brisk blood sample. I have a lot of coin, I could buy everything. Do it immediately. Rest is okay, crafting materials. What did I got now? Stamina serums for vampire. More treatments unlocked now.
If not... I'll find you something.
Alright. Costed me a lot, but it's fine. Get to know this area.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
Let me in.
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible.
And at Gillingham's house. Rodney Grader. That's her other son.
It's locked.
I'm going to kill a grandma for this. If I want to unlock that.
So, Dr. Tippett, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reid. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Is anyone taking care of you?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. Well, I would never say that to him, of course.
Headache.
Do you recall?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippett.
I'll try my best. Here, take this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippett.
Oh my god.
Can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh no, I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Tell me, Enid, why do you feel guilty about your son?
I know I'm a burden to my Jack. I know my mind and my thoughts are drifting away. I'm so sorry.
This is not your doing, Miss Gillingham. You do not have to apologize for your condition.
Of course I don't, Doctor. I've done nothing wrong, I swear it. What exactly are we talking about here?
Two more hands.
Goodbye, Miss.
Let's get out.
Good evening.
There's no need to...
Goodbye.
I think I can deal with him too. How many are left? 2 left. Pillar is Shonhampton. There could be a hideout here.
I have this thirst for blood.
Yep, hideout unlocked. Do I wanna go to sleep now? A lot of things will change if I decide to. I don't know. There's nothing in this hideout. Can we craft? Could handle part. I don't want to evolve, not yet. Don't gain anything but out of it, so free press. this for? Hide and seek, the man hiding in the sewers. Which quest is that? Rodney Grader. Talk to the man hiding in the sewers. Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Easy, go!
Fuck, there's more.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Kidding me? You spotted me.